Yeah, this is better now. Okay, so first thing we do, get the products element. So we got the element. Now we want to iterate over all the items, okay, because it requires a node, so it needs to be passed as a node. So node, basically what we are trying to do, we will simply copy this whole code, okay, and we'll try to create a node into JavaScript, and that will pass into you know products. Let me explain this for you. See, so these are your products, right? There is product 1, P1, okay, there is P2, P3, correct? These are the products of yours. What you have done at this point is you are trying to show them as P1, P2, P3 static way. Okay, what you are doing static. You are showing them statically. HTML is static only. What do we want to do here? We want to make sure that all of the items, I mean all of the products are shown dynamically. Okay, then we cannot directly communicate with this. We cannot directly do anything into it, right? So what we do here is we actually target these products and then we try to insert each and every item. So the process will be simple. We have a product container, products element, okay, that we have targeted right now. And in that one, what we will do, we'll create HTML node for each product. For each product, we'll try to create a node. We'll create this and convert into a node. So once node is created, we'll push into an array. Array is, you can say, into this. A new array we can create as well. That's totally fine. And then this will come and then this will come. We'll do this. So basically what we are doing on all the items, we are trying to iterate and convert into HTML node that we can push into products element. Now once the products element will have all the products with their HTML node, we will simply push into this. We'll simply append into this, you can say, correct? This is the plan. So what I'm thinking right now is we have got the products. Let's do one thing. Create product node. Okay, we'll create product node for each and every item. The way will be, we'll copy this first, product node, and then we'll do backtick. Yeah, we'll do back. Yeah, we'll do backtick because we want to insert some data. For example, this image should be coming from these products, not the constant, right? This text should be coming from the array. All of these things should be coming from the array, correct? How do we fix it? How do we create this element? One way is we can either insert this whole thing into DOM. So there is a thing called inner HTML. We can use that part. Okay, but yeah, this is what it is about. Now we have to run a loop over all the items. This is your product element, right? Now let's do one thing. Let's loop over all the products. So to loop over all the product and return a new node, okay, or updated version of something, what do? We use map. Map is a function that runs over all the items and it gives a modified array of it. So we want to modify this static content with dynamic content, and dynamic content will contain the dynamic data into it, right? That's what we'll discuss. This is this might be tricky for you, but it is not actually tricky. So we'll copy this, okay, and we have created product elements. Okay, we can say, or we can say uh, products HTML, we can say. Okay, we'll run over all the items. It automatically shows that these are the functions we can use. Map, and we are trying to run on each and every item. So at each iteration it will be giving us one object from it. So we do map, and then in that map we want a callback function. Callback function, don't worry about it for now, let's keep it simple. So in callback function we provide some things into it. Okay, so on each iteration we want to grab one particular item. Okay, so for the first time it will run, it will get as the first item. Second time it will get as the second item. So we want to say product here. Now what this product is containing into it will destruct. Will destructure from here. And when we destructure, what does this mean? Either you can do product.id, okay, to grab this, to get this id, or you can do something like this. You can grab it like this. Okay, the good thing about this grabbing here is you don't have to do product.id, product.title, product.this, that, all of this. You're only getting the title here, nothing more. Correct. So we got the id, we got the title as well, comma title. It automatically gives us the data, price as well. These are the four things that we want. Correct. Now let's copy this and we'll return a updated version of this. Sorry. Okay, somebody is asking a question. Please keep it there. I'll come to you. Yeah. Let's delete it first. Okay. Delete it first. Okay, we are running over all the items and we are going to get this data. Now let's say we want static data for now, because we have not updated anything into it. We'll keep it static. Let's see how it looks. It is giving us 5 items with all the data. Correct. This is what it is doing. Correct. Now let's try to inject some data into it. See this image, right? This image could be passed from this image. Yeah, so this image could be passed from this. So if you try to insert something into a string, it's called string interpolation, right? No, it does not. Injection, it is something like that, it is called. So we do dollar and then put curly braces, so it allows us to insert some dynamic data into it. So what data we want to insert into it? That is image 1. Correct. So on each item you will be getting same. Okay, and but for every other item you will find a different name. So let's use this thing. ID we can give here is this ID. Okay, that we want to give. Title that we want to give here is laptop title. This is the one that I want to give. Yeah. Description that we want to give here is dollar, then description we are inserting into it. Then we want to get price, and that's it. So basically it's a static data and we injected some data into it dynamically. Let's imagine this case. So there is some JSON data. Okay, JSON object. Okay, we passed this JSON data. I mean, see, technically this product is the JSON only. This is the JSON only. Correct. This is the data, the static data that we see here. This data, right? This data is actually having keywords and all. To create HTML node, either we can, we don't have to do anything at all. We don't have to inject anything. But for all the cases, for all the products, it will show same name, which we don't want, right? We want to inject a proper dynamic name into it. That thing is not possible into Java HTML. That is why we use JavaScript. Correct. Now, if we do P1 to this and then, P1 data gets inserted, then it creates HTML node, then we pass into this, right? All of these things are possible, right? Now, if you come here and see, it gives us a different data, okay? It gives us new laptop for the first one, and for the third one it gives us new shirt, correct? Because the fourth item that we see here in our data, that is about shirt, correct? This is the fourth item, correct? That is why. Now we have created a array of all the all the HTML code that is getting inserted dynamically by this products, correct? Now what do we want to do? We want to put the same data into this products, inside products. How do we do that? We select this one first, okay? We'll inject this data into product nodes into this. This is the products element. This is the products element. Correct. This is your products HTML. Correct. Okay. We'll see how do we do that. Let's see what are the functions that we could use. Not this. Dot, and then we can have something like inner HTML. We can do, let's see, inner HTML we can do. Let's see, inner HTML, if you try to put, that is this. So on this product elements, it will be passing with this inner HTML, okay? Let's see it will work or not. It actually got printed with different data. But let's come here, let's see if it is actually working fine or not. Inside products, we see product 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and so on, right? Now let's do one thing, let's delete these two products. Let's see if it is visible at all. Yeah, it is visible at all. Yeah, this looks fine. Okay. Now, if you want to know more about inner HTML, all you have to do, you have to come to ChatGPT and ask. Simple. Okay? Inner HTML property, what it does, it basically says ki, for example, there is a plate, okay, on the table. You replace that plate with another plate. So initially we had a products container, okay. In that product container, we actually try to insert this data. This is the product, all the products. You know, it inserts inside it, and there are like a lot of functions. I mean, I talked about it. Node function, right? This is called it's called insert append node. Yeah, append node is the function. Append child is there. These are the functions, but these functions get complicated because you are actually trying to, you cannot do the same job. You have to create each and every item like this. You will be creating this division tag like this. For example, you will be creating like document create tag create element. You will create element first, then you will pass data into it, you will pass the properties into it, class property and all, which gets very complicated. That is why we don't want it. We simply created an array of all these strings and we simply passed into inner HTML. That's it. That's all we did here. Okay. Is everyone clear till this point? Let me take your questions here. Image is same actually. We can change it. That's not a big deal. But image is same in the data only. If you take a look at this, all the images are same. Anyways. Any question, any doubt till this point? Should we go ahead? Do let me know. Then we'll proceed with the add card functionality. Okay. Okay, I hope this is clear. Let me just revise this whole thing that we did. I know I'm very late to this. We might not be able to do everything, but I'm trying to explain how software engineers actually think. What you start with? You start with HTML, you write basic things, and then you integrate it with Tailwind. Tailwind is about, you don't have to write CSS, simply write the class name. It will give you the stylings of it. Then we connected JavaScript. JavaScript we connect, and the first thing we do, we see if it is getting connected or not. You don't have to go and start writing code into it. Simply see first if it is working or not. Then we tried data.json file, but it is not working into it, so we do not want to modify and keep things simple for now. That is why I kept it this way, right? But in applications like React and all, you can utilize JSON and all of these things. Now you have the product JSON. You want to display all the products first. That is the first deal you want to do. Okay. Then on each and every item you want to add on each and every item you want to iterate with the static data. Now you cannot automatically come from static data just like that. So first you will have to first you will have to create this static data into this. How you want it to look? First create it with static way, then go into dynamic way. We created statically, we found that it is looking fine, then we came here and then we put this as a string and injected dynamic data from the products array. Correct. Then we got the product HTML code, all these things. Then we did inner HTML into it. Okay, that is what we did. And don't forget to call this function, otherwise nothing will work. Okay, yeah. If you don't call it, it won't show up anything, right? Anyways, so this is how things work. Now the next thing that we want to do here is with buttons, add to cart button that we want to do. So add to cart button is about every time you click on the button, every time you click on this button, say it says add to cart, okay, it should do something. It should call an API. We don't use API here, so let's say we create an event basically, or let's say event it will generate, okay, and then with event it will also provide you a function. In that function you can put your logic, what do you want to do. Event will be created, that will go to function you can put. From event you can pass necessary data. For example, we have 5 items here, correct? Now which one I clicked? How do we know? We know by the ID of the product. Every product has its unique ID, so we need to pass that ID from here as well, otherwise it will not work, correct? Okay, now let's okay, let's create. There are actually multiple ways. I am thinking like which one should I use. There is one way, it's called on click, and then you pass function into it, handle add to cart. Okay, this is one way to do that. Let's create this one first. Let's create this function called handle to cart. Okay, let's see if it will work or not. I'm using here and then event. Okay, it is not running at all. Handle to cart is maybe I'm missing something. Okay, I might not be able to tell exact syntax. Okay, so it is calling this function, that is totally fine. In that function, if we are calling it immediately, we can pass the ID into it. Correct? We can pass the ID into. But ID, if we pass it like this, it will give us the string. We don't want that. We want to pass the dynamic data into it. This ID we want to pass. 1, 2, 3, 4. That means it is running fine. Now, let's do one thing. We got the product ID we got, correct? What do we got? Product ID. Product ID we got here. Now, let's utilize another function here. So, what do we want to do here is, the moment you get the product ID, you actually want to add into some place, some data, something like that in cart you want to add into it, right? The problem with this approach is, problem that we are following here is, we have a product page, we have a cart page, both are separate. Nobody is talking to each other. It's not a React application that will talk to each other just like that. We cannot do that. So what we will do here is, we will simply pass data from here to here by a global storage called local storage. Okay, it's called local storage. Global way, that is, I think, smartest way to do right now. Every time user will be entering something into it, every time user will enter something into it, it will click on add to cart button, it will add into local storage. So we can utilize the same local storage on different place, that is cart. Otherwise we cannot pass data from parent to product page to cart page, correct? Now before we do that, we have got the ID. Now we have to grab that product as well first. That is the first thing we need to do, because this product is at this place only, it is not at multiple places. So we cannot utilize at multiple places only, we cannot reuse at multiple times. So we cannot simply copy the ID and from cart page we can get the data. No, it will not work just like that. The best way is, the moment we get the ID, we take the whole product, we convert into something, and then we store into local storage. That is how we will do. So we have to get the product first. To get the product from all the products, what do we do in an array? We use find function. Find function, what it does, it loops over all the items. It will loop over all the items, right? And the moment it will start iterating on all the items, it will also ask for a condition, ki what do you want to see? And if that condition is being true, that means it will simply say ki theek hai, I will return that element, and that's it. It will not move beyond that. For example, let's say, let me just explain this. Product and then products, then we'll do find. What it says, returns the value of first element in an array where predicate is true. Predicate means it's about it should, I mean, the moment it will pass a condition to this find function, and if that condition is true, then we say ki it should be written, and only the first element of an array, not all the element. You might be getting an interview question into JavaScript, right? JavaScript interviews, that what is the difference between find and filter. Filter is about, for example, you have a class of 100 people where there are top 3 students, right? Now if I'm saying filter the top 5 students, that means there are 5 students you will get, okay? But because we are saying filter here, the moment we say find me the highest ranking student, that means there can be only one, correct? So in that case, find is all about finding one, right? And filter is all about getting the multiple items from it. It is the same thing that gets applied on Amazon and all places, right? You filter out all the items which start from this price range to that price range, and there can be hundreds, thousands of items into it, correct? Fine. So we got we have to use the find element. Again we do the same thing. Find, filter, map, for each, blah blah blah, all of them on an array do the same job. It iterate over all the items. Some, like find function, will, the moment condition is true, it will not go beyond that. It will not check the whole array. Filter will check the whole array. Map will check the whole array. Reducer will check the whole array. Reduce function will also check the whole array. For each will also check the whole array. But find function will not check the whole array. The moment it gets that condition is true, that's it. It won't do anything. Correct. So it is actually telling us the predicate is this. Predicate is what? Predicate, you can say, or anything you can call it. It's like more like a function, you can say. And it should give us the data. Okay. In that we will use arrow function, and the moment we say arrow function, so basically in this find function we are passing another function, and that is why find function is also called as high order function. High order function is a function that accepts another function into it. This is your high order function. Okay. that accepts another function into it. Now I can understand it might be complicated for you as a beginner कि boss क्या हो रहा है इसमें, that why I am passing another function into function and what we are planning to do, we don't know, but we do that. Okay, that means we can also extract this function outside as well. We'll do that. Again, we do the same thing that we did here. We iterate over all the items. We also get one thing called index. So we also get the index, but we don't have to use it right now. So yeah, we got the product here. Okay, product means this product. It will run on each and every product. So what it will do, it will run on first item. First item contains what? It's an object. It will contain ID, title, price, description, image. What do we want from here? We want all 5 of them? Not exactly. We want only one thing from here, ID. If ID is matching with the product ID that we passed from here, correct? Then that means return if ID is equal to product ID. What we did here is we simply said get me the one product at a time. Now check the one product ID if ID is same as the product ID. For example, if we are clicking on the phone, so how it will work is if you click on this button, if you click on any of these add to cart button, how the code will run is it will pick the first element. First element is the laptop. Okay, and if you're clicking on the phone, that means the ID is 2. If the ID is 2, what it will do, it will get us the ID here first. Okay, and then it will check if ID is equal to product ID. Product ID here is 2. Now first item is this one. Is ID equal to 2? No, because it is 1, right? So that condition got false. That is why it will not return anything. But for the second case, ID is equal to 2 and product ID is also equal to 2. Let me explain this in simple terms. Let's console log here and you will understand it better. Like this, okay? We'll also get the product like that. So it will run first, it will get us the ID as 1, okay? Then it will run and then it will get us the ID as 2. And the moment ID is as 2, meaning 2 is equal to 2, condition is true. So it will return. And once the function is getting returned, it will not go beyond that, which means third will not get printed at all. Correct? Let's do it. See, 1, 2, and then it's directly printed the ID here, the whole object here, correct? We got the object now, our job is done. What do we do now? Okay, what do we do now? Second thing that we do is store product into local storage. Okay, so how does it work? It works simple way. What is local storage? Let's come here. We see something like this. It says local storage, right? Local storage and session storage both are different. Local storage is about every time you open this app, it will be there. For example, if I close the tab and then come back, I will see the data. One sec. But if I don't, you know what I'm saying, yeah. But for the session storage, if you close the tab, you lose that data. So that's about it. Session storage, I think, is used primarily in when you are doing some internet banking, opening up banking website, because they say that you cannot come back to same website and get the data. So if you open any website, say Axis Bank or ICICI, you will find this, that if you close that tab and you come back, you need to re-log in again because that data is lost. That is for security purpose only. Fine. So now store products into local storage. To store product into local storage, we can directly store into, we have something called local storage. Now you'll be thinking how it came from. It came from nowhere? No, not exactly. If you copy here, if you do Windows and you directly see it here, in Windows object, you will find everything. You will find local storage here. That means Windows object is like a global environment that provides you all the functionality that you want. It provides you history as well. It provides you everything. Like you can think of all the functions, all the things it provides you, right? So this is where it is coming from. But you will be thinking that why are we not doing windows.local storage? Because we don't need to. We can directly do local storage and it will work just fine. Okay. We have options here: clear item, get item, key, length, remove item, set item. This is your set item. It says sets a value of pair identified by this. Okay. We don't want that. Okay. Let's come here. Let's say set item and then put a product. And for the product, we want to provide the key as well. So we'll say products like this. Okay. This is what it is. Correct. It should run. Let's see if it is running fine. At this point, we don't see any data into it. The moment we click on this, we see some data. It says product and then object. Next problem comes into picture. The problem is that local storage has a rule that you cannot store any JavaScript object into it. You cannot do that. So what you need to do is either you need to stringify it or don't store it. That's how it, that's how it works. So we have something called JSON. There are two functions that we use. Okay. JSON functions that we use. First function is called stringify, converts object into string. That is the first function. Second function that it does, it says parse, json.parse. So it does the opposite way around. Copy. Yeah. So this is what we'll be doing. Every time we are trying to store data into local storage, we will store it as string. Every time you parse data from local storage, convert from string to object, we do parse. Okay. Is this clear till this point? Anybody have a doubt? Anybody have a concern, question, anything you want to ask? Am I going too fast? I don't think so. But if you feel so, let me know. Okay. I hope not. Now, let's do, let's save it into this. So to convert it, we can create a new object, okay, that allows us to stringify object, okay, or simply let's not complex it more. Let's simply do one thing. Stringified product is equal to JSON dot stringify, then this, and simply save it here. That's it. Okay. Now let's close this. Come here, copy over any of them. Now, but the problem again comes here. The problem is we are actually trying to, store only one object. We are trying to store only one object. Why it is happening? Because we are, say for example, we click on t-shirt, add to cart, it got added, third item got added. Now I want to append an element into that cart, but what it does, it replaces the whole cart. Now how do we fix it? The way we fix it is that we actually have to grab the element first, then append that product into it. So for example, let's say cart items is equal to JSON dot parse, okay, and to parse it we need to provide the key as well. One thing we can do, we can provide the key here, we can put the key here, like this. We can create an object local storage keys, and in that we'll say products. This is your local storage key. We want to use it at multiple places. So we'll simply do local storage keys dot products. So we don't have to change, hard code this data. So we got the cart item here. Okay. On this cart item, what do we want to do? We want to push an extra item into it. What item do you want to push? This item we want to push. and then pass that updated cart item into this. So it will be updated one, right? Let's see if it works. Okay. P in products is invalid. Okay. Maybe I'm doing something wrong here. It is parsing it, but not properly. Let's see what is happening here. It says 84 line. Let's see what 84 line does. It tries to parse data, but it cannot found it. So let's see if it will work. It says if there is no data, we don't have to parse anything. Still it will not work. Okay, because we are not providing. Wait, I'm sorry, I made a mistake. Local storage keys. No, it will not simply work, right? We'll have to use local storage. Why I'm missing all these things? It will say local storage dot get item. So we need to get the item first, and then we pass this. We got the null here. Okay, we got the null, which means null means there is no data found into it. Okay. So what we will say, if it is nullish, we are using nullish operator, which says if you get the cart items as null, you simply make it as array. So we can push some data into it, correct? See, it got added here. First item got added, that is ID number 3. Then we add one more. Okay, then we add one more. Then we add one more. And we keep on adding. Correct. Yeah. Is this clear till this point? Anyone have a doubt? Is this clear till this point? Okay. How this get item works? Okay, so see, get item, let me explain this. For example, you have a box, you want to okay, how do I explain this? See, for example, you have a box. Okay, that box is having, let me explain. You have a box, okay, box 1 and box 2. Now the moment you insert some data into it, you need to define what box you want to insert into, right? You want to say ki I want to insert data into box number 1. Okay, I want to insert data into box number 2. Correct. So this is the key, actually. This is the key that we use. That is your key, right? This is your key. And using key, we actually get the data. So the moment we say set item, we also need to pass the product key, I mean the local storage key that we want to use. Then we do get items, and in get items, what we do, we simply pass the key, and that is it. So if this key exists, it will get us the data. Otherwise, it will get us the empty array. Correct. Now, if the empty array is there, so that means we can call it with nullish operator, and it will get us the empty array, and we can push the product into it if it is new product. Okay. If it is like if there is no product into cart, that could be one case. Other case could be if product already into there, right? So we can keep on pushing into it because we are already using nullish operator. If you don't use, what will happen? It will say ki this cart item became null. The moment it became null, null dot push means a new error that you will get. We don't want that. We want to say, I understand if products are not available already into the local storage, we will simply use the cart item as empty array. So this is how it works. Okay. Is this clear till this point? Okay. We got the item. Now you see the problems into this. One problem is that now we know that third item got added. If you add it here, what will happen is it will again be added. We don't want that. We can keep on adding, right? See, product is keep on 3333. We don't want to do that, right? That is a bad way to do. We will solve this problem as well. So let's say we got the product, right? We got the product. Let's say we got the cart item as well. Before pushing, what we'll do, check if user cart item is already added into already added. So how do we know? We get the cart item, okay, is already added is the name, okay. Then we get the cart item here. Then we do find it. We need to find that, right? We need to find that item. So we'll do what? Cart item. Okay, cart item will contain what? Cart item will also contain ID is equal to product ID. This is the product ID, right? Or we can get the product.id. I mean, both ways are fine. Product ID. If cart item is already added, we do nothing. We do nothing. We simply return. Okay. Otherwise, it will go to this line and it will add it. Correct. Let's see it again. We added one item, keep on adding, but it is not working because it is returning from that place. Now you add one more item, it got added. Two items got added. If you keep on adding, it will not work. Now cert is added, correct. Now if I keep on adding, it will not be working at all. Correct. That is how it works. So you can always check. Now we are using find function again. You understand clearly how it works, right? We are only using one single line because we are only using one single line. That is why we are not using return function. Return is not used when you have only one line to write into it, right? So you could have avoided it here as well, like product.id you can simply put and cut it and simply come here and paste it. That's it. It's that simple only, right? Anyways, cart item got added. Now let's do one thing. Let's come here and click on anchor tag. Okay, here we have to grab all these items one by one. We'll say cart.html cart and then e-commerce app. This is our cart page. Cart page will also be using something like cart.js. Okay. Go to cart href and then cart.js it will go to. Correct. It will go to cart.js, but it will not affect anything. Now in cart.js we do something and then we have to integrate this one as well in the below, right? Copy this. Let's keep it this way. Okay. Yeah. We'll come here. We'll see if it is running fine or not. Okay. We go to cart.js. We click on this. It says inner HTML not found. Okay. It is having products.css. Okay, cart.js should not be having, it should be having cart only. This only. Yeah, that means it is here. Cart is connected. Okay. If you go back, product is there, product is here as well. And if you go to cart website as well, you will find this product here as well. That means we can actually use a function that renders this. Okay. So now we have already created a function that renders all the item. Display products. Not all products, we'll call it display products. I'll tell you why. We can utilize this function multiple places. And in that function, we can provide the product and we can also provide this products here. Okay. And this product we can utilize at this place and it will work just fine. So using display products, we can actually utilize to see all these display products, correct? Now if we want to utilize this function, we can do that at some place, right? We can do that. Let's see. Okay, but the problem will remain be the same. We can, I'm thinking of using these two product and then car.js files, but it's kind of complicated because product we need to copy at this place here as well, right? Something like that, which I did not wanted. Let's see if we can find it. So the problem we are facing here is if we actually use product.js thing, right? It will throw error. It will throw error that inner HTML is not found. That means on product.js we need to do something about it. Okay. Yeah. It's this inner HTML not found means this products element is only on product here in products, right? Not on cart. So if nothing is on cart, it will be by default null. So we say if it exists, then do that. Okay. Or the best way would be is copy this, come here, put it, okay. Cart items, flexbox, correct. We'll put this first. It will be executed products.js will be executed first, then cart.js. Okay. Now let's copy it. Let's see if it is available into cart.js or not. It is available, right? On cart.js it is available. Okay. Weird. Now we cannot do this thing. Okay, it is somewhat complicated. I was trying to utilize code, but I don't think it will simply work just like that. We'll copy the whole code here. Okay. Then we'll copy the whole cart items here as well. Like this. Display products. And we'll delete the product thing from here. Nothing like it. Okay. Now here we want to pass the products here, right? Just like that. The best way would be if we don't utilize this but simply do it something like there is a function that I want to run. The moment this file run, I want to use this function to run. So it needs to get us the cart items like this. Okay. This is the cart item I am getting. Okay. And I will be saying cart here to, and we'll do cart here only. Okay, we got the item. We are passing the products into it. Say for example, we'll pass the products directly into it, cart item directly we'll pass into it, and each and every item will be get added into this. Okay, nothing got added. Let's see why we have cart here. We have cart here. Okay, this is fine. Get item products. Okay, nothing is running here. It is okay, I'm sorry, it is not running because I am not able to call this function. I called the function, I got the product. Correct. Now our job should be is to delete them one by one. So now we, okay, yeah, now we'll loop over them and we'll create a handle remove from cart. Okay, and that thing will do in some time, but before that I just wanted to know if you're able to understand anything at all. Oh, it's too much, I think. I tried to complete, but I don't think it is completable in this amount of time. We see now whatever we did into product side, we are actually utilizing the same job into uh, cart side as well. All the functions, all the things that will do, that will be done in this way. Okay. Yeah, product, we have this. Okay, we got the cart item, we added them, displayed them. Okay, now we'll have to handle remove from cart. We'll create this function. Okay, handle remove from cart. We created the function. Now it also requiring the product ID. Okay, yeah, correct. And with the product ID, what we will do, we will filter out. Now we are filtering it out. Filter out all the cart item which doesn't have same product ID. Why? Because we want to grab all the element which are not having the same product ID and utilize them, and we will leave this product. For example, let me explain how filter works actually. For example, you have say 1, 2, 3, 4. Now you want to filter them. And the condition that you want to put here is number should be greater than 3. Okay. So technically, how it will work is it will run over all the items. It will run over 1, 2, and 3, and this condition is getting filled. That means the new array that it will create will only have 4. So it returns a new array for us, and this new array we can utilize, and rest of the things we can keep it. We can store into local storage. Local storage, correct. We'll write it here. Okay. Updated products. Updated card we can say. We'll get all the products item. This cart item will get first, and then in the cart item we want to filter for all the cart item where cart item dot id is not matching with the product ID, this product ID. Okay, this product ID, correct. So this is the updated item, and we want to store that cart as well somewhere, right? We want to store that cart. We want to stringify this, then set item like this. Okay, we want to store that updated cart. We stored it. Now what do we want? We want to display products. Like this, and updated cart is this, correct. Okay, we want updated not cart item but this. Yeah. Okay, what did we do? We got the cart item first, then we filtered them out. Okay, then we did stringification on that and store it, and then we want to display it. So display product is all about it will accept the product list, and yeah, it will simply do the job. Anything left here? Yeah, one more thing is left here is we did not say remove from cart. Okay, 500 we can say. Let's see if it will work. Okay, it does not working. Anyways, we have 3 items here, and if you remove it, wait, sorry. Okay, let's close this then. I don't want to get confused into this right now. Remove. Okay. Yeah, like this. There are 3 items. If you remove them, one got removed, t-shirt got removed, phone is here. So this is how it will work. And if you take a look at this, we only got this item. Fine. Anyways, we thought of solving the whole thing, but we could not do it at this point. It is already getting hectic for me as well, right? So let's do one thing. Let me just give you this whole idea to you, and you can implement it on your own. I will push the whole code first, and you can take a look at it and try to implement it if it is possible for you to implement. Okay. Cart page. These are 2 things I did. I will share the whole thing with you. Okay, I'm not sure about the recording because recording has been bit of a problem right now. We will find a way through this. But yeah, that was about this workshop. I hope you understood something. I'm sure you understood some of the part, but there are some things that you may not be able to understand right now. I did not wanted to make this e-commerce website. I did not wanted to any of the clone. I simply wanted to explain ki how you think. Okay, that is a bigger deal. Now if you understand 5-10% of it and you start applying couple of things, right? Say for example in here you see how I'm structuring things out, how you are able to do the card.js and you're trying to do DOM and all. That is what more than enough. Okay, you won't be needing more than that, honestly. And when things start making sense to you, you can go and implement it in single page, because single page would be a bit of a difficult thing because you have to deal with a lot of things into it on a single page, which we do not wanted. Some things would be much easier because if we have same thing on single page, this display product should not be copied. It should be one function, not multiple functions, right? We could have created get. We can simply we can create a function that takes one argument, that is a local storage key, and get as a updated data into it, right? We could have done one more thing. We could remove the items into it. Remove the item is super simple. Local storage dot remove. Clear is one thing, remove is another thing. Remove requires you to pass that key as well. Okay, and yeah, majorly this is what it is about. You can try to you can see how it is implemented. Where do we use filter function? It's pure common sense thing. You don't want all the item to be removed. You want one item to be removed because you clicked one remove from cart button, right? That is what it is. So yeah, that's what it is about. In the next week we will plan other things, not right now. I will inform you on WhatsApp as well regarding this next workshop. You can see if you can find time to attend it, right? Also, thank you so much for joining. See you next week. Bye everyone.